My friend only had to take a sip from a tree branch, and she became pregnant with the child she had always dreamed of. But that enormous tree was extremely greedy for money. If anyone wanted a child, they had to pay it a gold coin. I had always wanted a child, but my husband was so broke that he could barely afford anything. So he casually tossed an apple at the tree, thinking that would be enough. That completely enraged the tree. Its branches suddenly shot out and wrapped tightly around me, but I never imagined that this was actually a carefully planned trap set by my husband and my best friend. I tried biting through the branches to escape, but they were incredibly hard. I couldn't even make a scratch. The branches kept tightening around me until I could barely breathe. Just then, heavy rain began pouring from the sky. Seeing how miserable I looked, the tree unexpectedly softened. It secretly pulled out some soft flower branches and used them to shield me from the wind and rain. When it heard my stomach growling from hunger, it went out of its way to gather fresh fruit from its own branches and brought it to me. There was so much sincerity in its eyes. It was unbelievably gentle. Even after the tree eventually released me, I couldn't bring myself to leave. Then one day, a violent storm swept through the forest. I desperately wrapped my arms around the tree, and that's the only reason I wasn't blown away by the powerful winds. After the storm passed, the tree was covered in harmful insects. Seeing how much pain it was in, I swallowed those pests one by one. The tree looked at my clumsy but sincere efforts and, for the first time, actually smiled. Suddenly, I noticed a wound on its body. I quickly picked a medicinal herb, chewed it into a paste, and applied it to the wound. The very next second, something unbelievable happened. Glittering gemstones suddenly began growing from the top of the tree's head. The tree gently shook them loose and wanted me to take the treasure and leave so I could live a comfortable life, but how could I possibly abandon it? Unfortunately, my ex-husband happened to witness the entire scene. The moment he saw the treasure, greed took over. He grabbed a chainsaw and rushed toward the tree, intending to cut it down and steal the gems. But just then, a tree branch suddenly shot forward and sliced the chainsaw cleanly in half. And then, something even more miraculous happened. The giant tree transformed into a handsome young man. He gently pulled me into his arms and softly snapped his fingers. In an instant, my ex-husband was wrapped tightly in tree branches and dragged deep into the mud. From that day on, the tree and I lived happily ever after.